Good evening, guys. So I noticed something today that caught me off guard regarding my bank. I won't say the name, but it's one of the larger ones. It's one of the cornerstones of the financial, I guess, institutions. It's one of the biggest ones. And without saying the name, I'll say that I drove past and all of the signage was gone. This is a bank that's been there for probably about 25 years or so. As a matter of fact, I financed my house using that bank. It's a good bank. But all of the signage was gone. And instead, what they had up uh, in the front was a banner, a plastic banner. And I thought, that looks odd and looks very unprofessional. It could be nothing. Maybe they're just renovating, putting up new signage. There were no cars in the parking lot, maybe a few staff cars around back, and a few cars going through the drive-through. So it was still open, but it kind of made a red flag go up in my mind, and I got some psychic hits regarding that, and I kind of want to go through it with this reading. Pretty much without fear mongering, I didn't get a good feeling about it. There's a little bit more than renovation going on. So we're going to see what exactly is going on, if we can pick up anything, whether we should be alarmed or not. It could be nothing, and I hope there is nothing. I just want to ask, what is the health of the banks in the United States? What is the health of those banks? Are they financially healthy? I know that people are suffering. People have lost their jobs. That means there are less direct deposits and transactions overall. People may be pushed to the fringes and have to use alternative banks or maybe no bank at all. If everyone else is suffering, surely the banks may be having some trouble that we don't know about. At least I haven't heard anything. So I'm just going to do a reading regarding the health of the banks. U.S. banks, Spirit. Please let me know, what is the health of U.S. banks, the big banks that handle most of the transactions in America and abroad. What is the health of the U.S. banks, Spirit? Please give me an idea what the health of the U.S. banks is. Okay. Right away, the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. That's pretty much a card of loss. Things have not turned out the way they have expected. Psychically, I'm getting fewer deposits, people being distressed, overdrafts, losses, big losses for the banks, though. This doesn't look like losses for the people. It looks like the banks are having major losses. So let's go ahead and pull the spread out. We have the King of Wands, King of Pentacles, King of Cups, three kings. When we're talking about three kings, I'm just going to briefly say we're talking about big business. We're talking about grown men doing business, powerful men. We have the King of Pentacles right here. That's the money man. Strength, judgment. Wheel of Fortune, Four of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Page of Wands, and Nine of Wands. Right away, what I am seeing is that we have a lot of activity and meetings happening between powerful men. The King of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. It is very rare that you see this many kings in one reading. The King of Swords is missing, but the Queen of Swords is here. She is also very powerful. We have the Strength card next. What I am getting psychically is that the banks are under duress. They're trying to hide it. Right now, everything is being propped up, artificially propped up. Information that the public should know is being withheld. There's a lot of meetings happening regarding the money, and they're trying to show a brave face because they don't want something to happen. I can't get what something, they don't want something to happen. And this may be an indication. This is a picture of a bruised and battered man, on the Nine of Wands card. It's like they're watching, they're vigilant, they're waiting, they're anxious, very quiet. I'm getting very quiet and very still, at least the appearance of being quiet and still. Right away we have the Wheel of Fortune, and it is in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune card, and it is in reverse. So after showing a brave face, we have some problems here starting to arise. And then we get the Four of Pentacles. From the Four of Pentacles, it looks almost like there's a holding on period. No growth, probably losses. I'm getting trying to stem the losses or hide them, or shifting around money. I'm also getting with this card, bouncing off of this card, some shifting around of money, some moving around, some trying to figure out what to do. Queen of Swords here is almost showing indifference to the people. Indifference. It's almost about self-preservation here. And there's a lot of distance between what is going on and what the people know. Some people may know. I apologize if I'm the only one that doesn't know. I don't follow a lot of these things as carefully as I should. In terms of growth, I'm getting something about growth being stifled. And the outlook. Something about the outlook needs to be watched very, very carefully. But to cap this entire reading off, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which means that some of the things that have been done to make money or stop the losses have not been successful. They just can't stop it. They know. These are smart people. Often I found through a lot of readings that they often have, I guess the insiders, or what they would call the elite, they often have information that we do not have. And so with this information, they're kind of keeping us at arm's length. I'm feeling arm's length. Almost like in football when you give someone the stiff arm. Because they're organizing a meeting. These powerful men and women are behind the scenes meeting. And I get also they want to calm the public. I don't know what the calming of the public is. I don't know whether they're doing announcing earnings, and I get information withheld. Almost like they're doing something to keep the public calm. Keep the public calm. And I'm going to pull some more cards. I get a feeling that what could happen next may be kind of a shock. They're keeping everything calm and under control, stroking the public, saying the things that people want to hear, saying that there's either growth or everything is stable, when clearly there's something else going on. Something else is going on. So we're going to pull some more cards to figure out What is going on here? Anxious to know. Oh, please let me know, Spirit. What exactly is going on? And how will the public be affected? What is there something going on behind closed doors that we're not privy to? Will people have access to their funds? I'm getting something regarding scheduling, algorithms, and direct deposits and stuff like that. But let's see if we can get more information regarding the banks, the health of the banks, and how the people will be affected if something is going on. Sounds like something is not too good. Here we have right away the high priestess in reverse. Secrets, information withheld, dubious activities. And this high priestess wouldn't be a regular person. This would be someone in the know who's keeping a secret. There again, the strength card. Uh-oh. Okay, we're going to keep going. We're just going to keep going. I'm getting an anxious feeling all of a sudden. My bank is the one that's caused me to do this reading. So I'm getting a little bit anxious, but I want to make sure everybody knows what's going on. The Strength card has come out again with the King of Cups reversed. This King of Cups represents the public and their emotions and fears. This Strength card, they're trying to almost placate or stroke the public, keep them calm, keep their emotions in check. Banks are not meant for everybody to rush in and get their money all at once. So they have to keep everything calm. It's almost like, you see a beautiful swan going across the lake and it looks effortless, but under the water she's paddling those legs vigorously. They're doing some vigorous things behind the scenes, but everything looks calm on the surface. You get the Eight of Swords here, trapped. It feels like if anything does go wrong, it's going to be relatively sudden. I'm getting sudden and trapped. Something's going to be trapped. I don't think people are going to necessarily have access to their funds. Trapped. Then we have the Knight of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. So there's a lot of juggling going on behind the scenes again. They're offering the public what they think the public wants to hear. Kind of words to soothe everyone. And then I see the Knight of Swords here, which is very swift action. It's almost like somebody knows something and they're working towards something, and when the time is right, it'll be like a bolt out of the blue. People won't see it coming. I have the Three of Wands here, and it almost feels like it's a foregone conclusion that the people who know will kind of just turn their back. They'll turn their backs on this situation. They're going to keep it as quiet as possible for as long as possible. We know that because we have the High Priestess. She knows, but she does not tell. Lots of secrets, withheld information. They're going to withhold as much information as possible. And when things do, when the juggling act can't be sustained anymore, they're going to turn their backs. So we have the Two of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles here. It almost looks like there's a tough decision to be made. with regards to how things will be handled, what will be revealed. If too much is revealed, people will panic and they will rush. They'll rush in. They can't have that rushing in of the people. So I get a lot of nefarious activity, underhanded activity, secretive activity. It's almost as if at some points more is going out than coming in, and I'm not sure what that means. They're trying to keep balance, and it's difficult. It's a very difficult juggling act. I'm going to pull one more card to kind of cap this off, just to kind of see if we can figure out if people should be keeping an eye on this. I'm getting keep some money at home. Keep some money at home. Things are being kept quiet, and the people and the activity of the people is being watched. Being watched, the activity. Being monitored, being watched. Okay, there we go. Another Pentacles card, and it's reversed. It's the Nine of Pentacles. That indicates some trouble. Somebody who's an institution or someone who's dependent on something else. It's almost like whatever's happening with the banks, they can't control it. Something has gotten so out of hand, and they're desperately trying to juggle, but the people, it looks like fewer people, fewer deposits, fewer direct deposits, and something about the direct deposits. They have an idea of when the bulk of them come in, as opposed to this day as opposed to that day. When and if anything happens, or if the banks have to close or an announcement has to happen, it'll happen during that time, and people's funds will be trapped. They won't be able to get their money, their funds. There's also something very, very duplicitous and deceptive about the Nine of Pentacles reversed. It's almost like the 9 is not quite the 10, but it's an end of something. And they can't control it. They're dependent. I'm getting dependent. Things have gotten out of hand. See, she in the upright, she has this bird on her hand, and she has it in hand and under control. Upside down, we're talking about out of hand, out of control. They just can't keep a cap on things, and so as long as they're able to assuage the people and keep them calm, the emotions won't start to rise and people won't start to question. Again, people probably know this already, but I don't follow these types of things very clearly. But I do want people to know that something may not be as it seems, and it may be very wise to keep some money at home and keep a close eye on things. I don't feel like the information, whatever that may be, that may be made public about the banks is necessarily accurate. It's information to keep everything calm. But there's a big juggling act with these banks right now, as a direct result of, what's happening on Main Street with the people. The landscape has changed. And things probably can't be sustained much longer the way they are. So I think that's the end of that. Thank you so much for watching. and I'll see you guys next time.